TikTok and social media have convinced us that huge walk-in wardrobes are completely normal, that having your home stuffed with new pumpkin decor every fall is something everybody does, that decluttering half your wardrobe and then going out to buy a whole new wardrobe for the season is such a flex. I'm here to de-influence you today. I'm not exempt from this myself. I still feel inclined to do impulse buying, and there are lots of trending pieces that sometimes end up on my wish list. But since I've been on a decluttering journey for the past couple of years, I have seen what a damaging effect all of the shopping for trending pieces can have on my mental health, my stress levels, and my budget. So I'm not here to say don't indulge in any trend ever, but if you're also wanting to be a bit more intentional with your spending, then here are some things I'm not buying this fall, even though they're very trendy at the moment. And I'm curious to know what would be on your list, so let me know in the comments below. And I also want to ask your opinion on an item that's been on my wish list for such a long time, and I'm not sure whether I should buy it or not. So I'll share that towards the end of the video, and please influence or de-influence me. I would love to hear your opinion. Number one on my list is barrel jeans, or those really oversized jeans. I know they're very trendy at the moment, and I always find that they look just really weird on me. Maybe because I'm quite short, maybe it's my body style, maybe it's just preference, but I don't really feel like myself in those jeans. Nothing wrong if you love wearing them, obviously. This is just personal preference to me, but that's one trend I won't be buying into this year. I much prefer just like a straight leg jean or kind of a mom style jean. Those are kind of my go-to. I have seen this new trend emerge, which was kind of weird to me, but it's a furry trend. So everything furry, and I don't just mean like a faux fur vest, which I used to own, but I mean like furry shoes, furry collars that you can add on top of your coat, furry bags, and lots of other furry things. For one, I don't feel like I'm gonna add any of this to my wardrobe, especially not the shoes. I don't see that being very practical, especially in British weather. Having furry shoes in a wet, rainy weather does not sound like a recipe for a good outfit to me. And I have seen these on TikTok, I've seen them on H&M and lots of other websites, so it seems like they're popping up this year, but it's one trend I don't really feel like I'm gonna buy into. The UGG-boot style of shoes is something I also won't be buying. I used to own some of these, and then I realized as I was doing my decluttering that those were one of the first pairs of shoes for me to declutter, because I just realized I wasn't wearing them. I had them in my wardrobe, I had them under the stairs in my cupboard, and they were just gathering dust. And I loved how cozy they looked, so comfy. But in reality, when you go outside and, you know, maybe you get caught in the rain, maybe it's drizzly because this is British autumn, it's just not very practical. And so I wasn't reaching for those boots at all. And maybe it depends on the climate. Obviously, if you have a different kind of weather where you live, they might be practical for you. But for me, I just don't see myself wearing them a lot. And so I'm not going to be buying any more of those, or at least not this year. I've also seen this cow pattern emerging, which, don't get me wrong, I do like some patterns, like for example, leopard print pattern is one of my favorites, but a cow pattern is something I just don't see myself wearing. If you like it, obviously nothing wrong with that. Everybody has, you know, different style, different preference, and I think different things look good on different people. But to me, it's a trend that just, yeah, it's just not something I see myself wearing a lot, and so I'm definitely gonna skip on the cow pattern items. And also bold patterns. I realized as I was decluttering, as I was trying to be more intentional with my shopping, I also did a digital wardrobe where I can kind of see the pieces I have in my wardrobe, the pieces I wear the most, the ones that I wear the least, and it's been really eye-opening, and it made me realize that the majority of the items in my wardrobe, like maybe 90%, more than 90% of them, have no pattern on them. It's just like a plain color, like, you know, plain white, plain beige, whatever color it might be. I do have some stripy pieces like this, but for the most part, there's no real pattern there. And those are the pieces I wear the most. Those like classic, timeless pieces. So doing this whole decluttering thing really made me realize what my style actually is and how bold patterns just don't go with what I prefer to wear. And so I know if I'm gonna go in the shop and I see this cute top in a really fun pattern, I might think, oh, that's great. I'm gonna wear it a lot. It's so cute. It's such a bargain. I buy it and then I wear it twice and then that's it. So it's really made me be more intentional with the purchases that I make. And I find that the pieces that I do buy now, I actually wear for so much longer and I actually enjoy wearing them a lot. The only patterns that I kind of have in my wardrobe that I do like are the leopard print. I have some checked pieces and then striped. Everything else is just plain basic colors. Skirts or dresses for fall is also something I don't really see myself wearing, and I used to buy, they have these really beautiful like knit skirts or pinafore dresses or items like that, and I used to own them, and again I just realized I was never wearing them. I think it just doesn't fit my style. It's not anything in particular I don't like about the look of them. I think they look really beautiful on other people, but I just don't wear them a lot. And I think it's okay for us to realize that we have certain uniforms we like to wear. I like to wear an oversized jumper and a legging all day, every day. I do wear, a shirt and jeans or a simple top and jeans, any combination like that. Those are the ones that I go for the most. And so if I buy a lot of skirts, a lot of pinafore dresses, a lot of items like that, I just know they're gonna gather up dust in my wardrobe. Next up is fall decor. Now, I'm not saying don't buy anything pumpkin, don't buy anything fall, because I know some people really like to decorate, and I used to be one of those people too. And I still decorate when it comes closer to Halloween, just because people celebrate Halloween a lot here, and it's one of our favorite holidays here. We love going trick-or-treating, we love seeing people decorate their houses, so I love participating in that. What I don't enjoy anymore is filling all of my flat surfaces with pumpkins and leaves and lots of different plastic decor items that you buy from the shop. And even now when I go, I went to the range the other day and I saw they had this huge display of fall items and decor and so many different things. And I'll be honest, I was initially drawn to that. I was looking at them, they look so beautiful, it makes you feel nice and cozy. But then I realized I actually still have a few items from last year that I'm gonna use to decorate for Halloween, and I don't really need more. I have a few pumpkins here and there, but I feel like it's become so normal to go out every single year and buy a ton of new decor when we already have pieces from last year that are probably very similar, that will do the job, that will give you that cozy feeling. And for me, I'll try to get my old items out first, have a look through them and shop around through my items, because I bet you can get that cozy, festive feeling even from the items you had from last year. We don't always need to buy new ones this year. And I know there's pumpkin everything and it looks so cute, but for me, I know I'm not gonna want to buy any of those this year. And I'm gonna try to decorate, for fall or for winter with maybe items I can find in nature, like some of those long sticks that you can put in a vase, maybe pine cones or different things you can find in nature, maybe some craft activities I can do with the kids, just things like that, rather than going out to buy another pumpkin that I probably don't need. And also, I just want to mention, I was looking at so many items are so huge in the shops, like fall decor that's massive, and I just think, if I buy this, where am I gonna store it until next year? Yes, we have loft space, but if I buy a lot of those items every single year, can you imagine what my loft is gonna look like? It's gonna be stuffed with things. So if you do go out and buy items, just have a think of where you're gonna store it when the season is over, because you are gonna have to store it for a whole year until next autumn. Another fashion trend that I've been seeing that I don't really see myself wearing anymore is those high neck jumpers or tops, and a lot of them are very tight and I just don't like the feeling anymore. I used to own some of them, but again, I realized I wasn't actually wearing them a lot, and it's because of that, because they were uncomfortable, and anything that makes me feel very restricted, which is not myself, those are items that I just don't wear. They gather up dust and it's better off just decluttering them. I also saw this trend on TikTok. I'm not sure if this is actually, a really big trend that people are jumping on, but I saw it a few times, and it's these really chunky jewelry belts. It kind of reminds me of when we were teenagers and we used to have something very similar, and I just don't see myself wearing those anymore because I'm a millennial. Maybe it's more like a Gen Z kind of thing, I don't know. But yeah, that's one trend I will not really be picking up on this year. And another trend that I wanted to mention that I know might not seem like a fall trend, but it's advent calendars. And the reason why I'm mentioning this now is because I know it's gonna pop up very soon. A lot of shops start to advertise advent calendars quite early so that you can buy them before December, and I will not be buying those this year. I will buy some of those chalky ones for the kids, but not for beauty products or skincare items, because I realized in the past when I did buy a big advent calendar with lots of little products, there's 24 products in there usually. And for one, they can be quite expensive, the advent calendars. And of course, they advertise it as, well, it is expensive, but you get all of these products for like a fraction of the price. But when I think about how many of those products I actually used on a regular basis and how many of them just sat in my bathroom cabinet for a long time before I decluttered them or gave them to someone else, it just makes me not want to buy them anymore because it feels a bit wasteful to me. So I think before you buy an advent calendar, just have a think about how many of those products you would actually use from it, and that can kind of give you a sense of if it's really worth it for you or not. And the one item that is kind of trending, and it's been on my wish list, but I wasn't sure whether I should buy it or not, so I wanted your opinion on it. Influence me, de-influence me, let me know what you think, especially if you own the item, let me know your thoughts. And it's these Hegedus shoes. So I need a new pair of trainers because my white ones that I wear a lot, they're plain white trainers, they're starting to fall apart, so I need to get a new pair. And I'm wondering if I should get the same white pair of trainers. The reason why I like them is because they're kind of waterproof, like obviously not if you go in a massive rain puddle, but they keep you fairly dry, and I wear them all year long. They're perfect for me. I love the look of them, and I know a lot of them are in this suede fabric. They're very trendy, but I'm just thinking, for one, I will probably wear them a lot because they will go with a lot of my outfits, but I'm wondering if they are okay in autumn, winter, because okay, winters we don't get snow here, so that's fine. But if you get caught in the rain and it's all suede shoe, is that gonna get ruined? Because if it is, then it's probably not for me. But if you have those shoes, let me know what you think, how you're getting on with them. Yeah, still kind of trying to decide if I should go for those or not. So those are the fall trends I'm not buying. I'm really curious to hear from you if you have any trends you are buying, you're not buying. Let me know where you are at. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.